Welcome back to another 7 Deadly Sins origin video, and today we have Clotho's full kit reveal as well as her engraving, and we have new equipment coming to the game, a new longsword, which is really cool. So we're going to break all this down, we're going to look at it. I think I'm like literally 4 subscribers away from 500, so if you don't mind doing me a favor, hitting that subscribe button, let's look at all this. And this all comes from Prom on Twitter, so shout out to them. So this kit, it's the rapier, it is wind and it is burst. I'm not going to read all of this because if I read this, I'm going to be yapping for 5 minutes, but I'm going to break it down for you just in easy terms to where you can kind of have an idea of what you're looking at when you come into it. So she's a burster. She has a ton of different things she's going to be doing. Her passive, her normal skill, she's doing tons of different things. But if you look, she has dimensional fissures, she has dimensional erosion, she has void rifts, dimensional awakening, tons of different things to keep track of, but I'm just going to break it down super simple for you. Her normal skills is going to be dimensional fissures, you're going to hit those, and then that's going to turn into the dimensional erosion, which reduces crit resistance. You know how powerful that is. Her special attack is very powerful. She's going to cast an AoE, and it's going to increase her critical chance and her critical damage while she's in that AoE area. We know how broken that is. Her ultimate does Dimensioning Awakening, which normal skill is enhanced, crit damage is increased, and each hit reduces normal skill cooldown. That's going to be very powerful as well. Her passive is the Void Rifts and Dimensional Rifts. So essentially, you're going to create Void Rifts, which is going to reduce wind burst resistance, and she's a burster, so you can see how powerful that will be. And then the Dimensional Rift is going to do an attack that's going to hit with crit hit and crit damage as well. So very powerful, tons of different stuff. Like I said, you can read it here. I'm not going to just try to explain it like perfectly, but she's going to be doing a ton of different things that you'll keep track of. But when you kind of get it all figured out, she's going to be reducing their wind burst. She's going to be critting. She's going to be doing extra crit damage. She's going to be doing a lot here. So this is a really good start to her kit. This is our main weapon, the rapier. Next up is the Grimmoire, and it is cold, and it's like a defensive kit. And basically what it's going to do is you can build up these rune stones, and then whenever you're hit, you can remove them to restore your health. When you have max stats, though, you do extra cold damage and extra cold attack. It's actually not hard to build them up, though. That's what makes this really good. Her normal skill can freeze, by the way, so any enemy that can be frozen, you can freeze them. That's always fun. But the special attack is what's really good. Becomes immune to reactions. Grants all allied hero max stacks of runestone. So that'll instantly get you them for 6 seconds. So then that'll allow you to have the extra cold damage, extra cold attack, and then if you're hit, you can remove them to heal. Her ultimate does a little bit different. I'm assuming it's just a more powerful version because it gives you rune ward for 7 seconds instead of the rune stones, but it does the same thing. So when hit, you can remove 2 to restore HP. So you can just assume that's going to restore more of your HP. And then at max stats, you're going to do more cold damage and more cold attack. So just assume that's going to be more than when it's the rune stone. Her passive is really good too because it's super simple. Increases all allied heroes cold damage by a certain amount and decreases damage taken for every rune stone or rune ward. So obviously that's going to be very powerful. It's just going to allow you to do more damage and allow you to take less damage. So she's going to be a great ally support for the cold team. And honestly, that might be my favorite build. But last we have the staff. This is the attacker, so DPS version. And this is wind. And if you look at this, this is eerily similar to the rapier. It's the exact same abilities. So I don't know if this is possibly just like, because this is leaks, this is possibly inaccurate. If it is this still can obviously work because with the dimensional stuff, like the dimensional erosion is you see under your normal skill, that reduces crit resistance. Well, obviously that works good on someone doing damage. The dimensional awakening is doing crit damage increase. So obviously this can work with the same. I mean, it'll work really well as far as doing damage, but it's weird that it's like, it looks the exact same. But yeah, we'll see if this kit's accurate. But yeah, you know, you're just going to be doing extra crit damage and reduces crit resistance and all that stuff. So this can obviously work just as well with the DPS version of it. I just find that really interesting. So we'll see if this actually is what, you know, is released next week when she comes out. These are both of her engraved equipment. The top one is going to extend your Dimensional Awakening by 6 seconds, and it's also going to put Dimensional Expansion on them when you're hitting them within that time frame. And that's going to just allow you to get up to 25% more damage at level 1 on your normal attacks, which is good. The bottom one is each hit an ally lands on an enemy with a burst afflicted will do Spatial Collapsion. When you do that for 30 seconds, up to 20 times. And then each wind attack on an enemy without a burst removes one and increases the burst by 15. So it'll allow you to burst quicker. So these are pretty solid. And I just wanted to show you all those really quick. Now we have the new 3-piece of equipment here, and this is going to do healing efficiency, and then attack an enemy with reduced elemental resistance increases all allied hero efficiency by 15% for 30 seconds. So up to 30% efficiency. So this is just a cool set, obviously just help you heal a little bit better. Now we saved the absolute best for last, and this longsword is very exciting. We obviously got a book and a longsword. The book is healing efficiency and increases healing received by 12% while damage taken is reduced, and then it can go up to 30% if it's level 6. That's fine and dandy. That's good. The longsword is what really gets me going, though. So the longsword is going to do more burst efficiency, which is great. Second enemy without a burst activated increases all elemental burst efficiency by 12% for 15 seconds at level 1, up to 30% at level 6. There is one character I have in mind that I can think of off the top of my head that is going to be amazing for this. My boy Gil Thunder is about to eat with this sword. So with the longsword, he is a burst, and he already burst very quickly. So this will just give him that little bit of extra to like really go crazy. There are a few other options, but Gil Thunder is the one that really makes me excited. Now, do remember, if you look here, this, you don't have to be a burst to do this. You could switch to somebody hit, and that would activate it for, you know, the time, the 15 seconds. So you don't even have to be a burst to use this weapon. This is just a great weapon in general. But people that are bursting with the longsword are going to get a huge bonus. And here's something you can just pause to. If you want to pre-farm her, this is the materials you need. If you're still here, thank you so much. I think I'm 4 subscribers away from 500, so do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And we will catch y'all in the next one.